Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Shasar Classes. My dear students, today I am going to continue the chapter of class 10th Answered Science Electricity. As you know this, we have already done and discussed about the few basic concepts related to electricity, and today we are going to continue this chapter. So first let me study here about Ohm's law. Ohm's law. Now children, this is one of the very important question, okay, that is Ohm's law. What Ohm's law states, see children, if you pass the current through a conductor, if you are going to pass the current through a conductor, then this current will be directly proportional to potential difference. This current will be directly proportional to potential difference across the ends of the conductor. But there is one condition. This current is directly proportional to potential difference with certain terms and conditions. What is the condition? When we can say that this current is directly proportional to potential difference, we can say here this current is directly proportional to potential difference, that is nothing but we call it as V. V is potential difference. Specific conditions are there. The conditions are nothing but temperature, density, okay. So temperature, density, pressure, like this type of things should remain, etc. This type of thing should remains constant, or it should not change. That should be unchanged. That is what Ohm's law states. So what is Ohm's law is stating? What is Ohm's law states? The current passing through the conductor is directly proportional to potential difference. Current is directly proportional. This is called as directly proportional. Children, I hope you may be not knowing few still more basic concepts. What exactly meaning of directly proportional and what exactly the meaning of inversely proportional? It means that if you rise the current, even potential difference also rises with the same amount. How much amount of current you are rising, same amount of potential difference also will rise. How much current you decrease, if you decrease the current, even potential difference also will decreases. This is called as directly proportional. You change one, with respect to that the other one also will change in the similar way. That is called as directly proportional. जब आप करंट को चेंज करेंगे तो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस भी आपको चेंज होगा. अगर से आप करंट को राइज कर रहे हैं तो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस भी राइज होगा. अगर से आप करंट को जब आप करंट को रिड्यूस करेंगे तो आपका पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस भी रिड्यूस होगा. इज दिस क्लियर? ओके, सो प्लीज मेक ए नोट ऑफ दिस स्टेटमेंट. The question will be asked for you in this form. State Ohm's law. Make a note of this question. State Ohm's law. State Ohm's law. Take down the answer. Ohm's law states that the current passing through a conductor, is directly proportional to the potential difference. The potential difference directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends, provided the physical conditions like temperature, density, etc. remains unchanged. So this is the statement of Ohm's law, and here you can write one line, that is V is directly proportional to I, or I is directly proportional to V. Both are one and the same. V is directly proportional to I. That's nothing but potential difference is directly proportional to current, or current is directly proportional to potential difference. This can also be written as V. If we want to remove this proportionality, then we are going to write is equals to, I want to remove this symbol proportionality, then we have to introduce a constant that is called as proportionality constant. That is V is equals to, here let me say here proportionality constant, we are going to introduce here R. V is equals to R into I. V is equals to Ri. So that is the proportionality constant. Is this clear? So here we can say, where what is V? V is potential difference. V is potential difference, I is electric current, and R is proportionality constant. Okay, this is also called as resistance. Okay, any doubts? But here just don't take this resistance word, just you can take it as proportionality constant. Later I'll tell you what exactly those things. Okay, did you understood? So if V increases, even I also increases. If V decreases, even I also decreases. So this is what Ohm's law. I hope the concept is clear about the Ohm's law. So you are supposed to write this much if they ask you state Ohm's law. Now we discuss as the very important property of the electric current, that is resistance. What it is? Resistance. See children, what is resistance? What is resistance, children? So it is a property of a conductor. What is resistance, children? It is a property of a conductor. What it does, children? It opposes the flow of current. Very important. Remember this, children. It opposes the flow of current. Means it's going to stop. It doesn't allow. It is stopping the current. What it does? It opposes the flow of current. It helps to stop the current. It helps to resist the current. That is called as resistance. So it is a property of a conductor by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current through it. Did you understood, children? That is called as resistance. You understood now what is resistance? I mean, it is a property of the conductor which opposes the flow of current. Now children, one important note regarding resistance, remember, resistance is equal to the ratio of potential difference applied across the ends and current flowing through it. It means if you want to calculate the resistance is denoted by the symbol R. What is the symbol of resistance? R. Okay. If you want to calculate the resistance, then you can do like this. You can take the ratio of potential difference to the current. That is nothing but R is equals to V by I. So this is the formula to find the resistance. So children, as we have seen just before, V is equals to IR or Ri. We have said, right? This is from where we got? From Ohm's law. Correct, no children? From Ohm's law. Now keep R in the RHS side. Let me keep R here itself. Shift I to the LHS side. What happens? V by I is equals to R. That is what resistance we have got here. Now you understood now? Just I said you in the above case R. Yes, this is this R. Understood, children? So if you want to calculate the resistance, okay, so R is equals to V by I or V upon I. I hope the concept is clear about the resistance. Any doubts? If they ask you what is resistance, please make a note. Question: what is resistance? What is resistance? Answer: it is a property. It is a property of a conductor. It is a property of a conductor by virtue of which, by virtue, VIRTUE, by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current through it. The flow of current through it is called resistance. So resistance is R. R is equals to V by I. R is equals to V by I, or V upon I. Okay. Children, here remember one more important thing. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. So this is the symbol of ohm. What is the SI unit of resistance? The SI unit of resistance is ohm. Should not forget this. SI unit of resistance is ohm. Okay, good. Now the question is, they may ask you define ohm or what is ohm. See children, see, these all are interconnected, interrelated with each other. Okay, I think the concept is interesting for you all. I am right? Children, before going to that ohm concept, what is ohm, before we define this what is ohm, okay, I have forgotten to tell you one thing. I told you about directly proportional. If it is inversely proportional, let me take something x. I am saying it is inversely proportional to y, that is 1 by y. Inversely means you should write 1 upon any number or any alphabet. See, inversely means if you increase LHS, that's nothing but x, then y will decrease. That is called as inversely proportional. One side if you increase, the other side will decrease. Similarly, inversely proportional, if you decrease x, then y will increase, opposite side will increase. That is called as inversely proportional. Okay, आप एक LHS को increase करेंगे तो आपका RHS decrease होगा. अगर से LHS को आप increase कर रहे हैं तो RHS आपका decrease होगा. Similarly, अगर से RHS को increase कर रहे हैं तो LHS आपका decrease होगा, vice versa. Okay, now what is ohm? That is the SI unit of resistance. Now here they may ask you, this is the very important question, define ohm. Okay, so what is ohm, children? See here, very simple. A conductor has a resistance of 1 ohm, right? Conductor will be having a resistance of 1 ohm, minimum 1 ohm. Okay, resistance will be there in the conductor. So if a current of 1 ampere flows through it, it means what? In the conductor. If the current of 1 ampere, if it is flows through it on applying a potential difference of 1 volt, by applying the potential difference of 1 volt across its end, it is called as 1 ohm. That's nothing but 1 ohm is equals to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. 1 ohm is equals to 1 volt by 1 ampere. This is called as 1 ohm. Understood? What is 1 ohm? A conductor has a resistance of 1 ohm if the current of 1 ampere flows through it. Okay, 1 ampere of current is flows through the conductor, then 1 volt of potential difference will generate across the ends of the conductor. जब आप 1 एम्पेयर उतना करंट को प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं या पास कर रहे हैं तो आपको 1 वोल्ट उतना पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस प्रोड्यूस होगा, उसको बोलते हैं हम 1 ओम. इज दिस क्लियर? मेक ए नोट ऑफ दिस डिफरेंशिएशन. Define 1 ohm. The question will be like this, or define the resistance of a conductor. Okay, take down. A conductor has a resistance. A conductor has a resistance of 1 ohm. Of 1 ohm if a current of 1 ampere, if a current of 1 ampere flows through it on applying a potential difference applying a potential difference of 1 volt across its ends. Okay, and then you can take as 1 ohm is equals to 1 volt by 1 ampere. 1 volt by 1 ampere. Okay, done. Children, now we are coming with the very important question for your board exam. So this question you can expect for this academic year. Okay, that is nothing but factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. Resistance of a conductor depends. Okay, please make a note of this question. This is very important question. Should not miss this question, children. So here the question is, on what factors the resistance of a conductor depends, or write the factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. Okay, see children, here resistance depends upon what? Okay, when it will increase, when it will not increase, if it has to increase, on which it is on which it is depending. That is what we are going to study. See children, case 1, point number 1, the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to its length. It is directly proportional to its length. That's nothing but resistance is directly proportional to length. Okay, how much the length will increase, even the resistance also will increase. Understood? Is this clear? Good. If you increase the length of the conductor, resistance also will increase. Next point, it is inversely proportional. It is inversely proportional on its area of cross section. Inversely proportional on its area of cross section. It means what? So resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. If area increases, resistance decreases. If resistance increases, area decreases. Is this clear? जितना आपका एरिया बढ़ेगा उतना रेजिस्टेंस कम होगा, जितना आपका एरिया कम होगा उतना रेजिस्टेंस आपका बढ़ेगा. Got my point? So it is directly proportional to length but inversely proportional to area of cross section. And next, resistance depends upon the nature of the material. It depends upon the nature of the material. See children, all the materials is not made with the same configuration or the same raw materials, right? Every material has its own value, it is having its own properties. Am I right? So here also it depends upon the nature of the material. So which material you are using, it depends upon that. Okay, resistance will depend upon the nature of the material. As you can see, the quality of steel, or you can see the quality of iron, is it both are same? Do you say that iron and as I said you, silver both are same, gold and diamond both are same? No, everything has its own properties, right? Similarly here also resistance will varies from material to material. Understood? So it depends upon the nature of the material of the conductor. The conductor what you are going to use, it depends upon that material. Okay, on combining the above factors, you can see all the three factors what we have discussed right now. Now we can say that resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. So shall we write like this? See, in both the cases R and R, in LHS side you can see here also R and here also R. Okay, in RHS side you can see L into 1 is L, L into 1 is L, and here A is as it is. Are you getting, children? So resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. Now I want to remove this proportionality symbol. Okay, I want to remove this proportionality symbol. Then what you should write is equals to, whenever if you remove this proportionality symbol and if you want to write is equals to in place of this, then you have to use one constant. You need to use one constant. Here also we are going to use one constant that is called as rho. What it is called as? Rho. That is rho into L by A. So resistance is equals to rho into L by A. So here we know that, here in this case we know that R is resistance, R is resistance, and this is rho. What we call it as? Rho. Okay, rho is nothing but resistivity. What it is called as? Resistivity. Rho is resistivity. Understood? That is also called as proportionality constant. That is also called as proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. Is this clear? Any doubts? Children, this is very important question. Again I am repeating, you should not miss this question for your upcoming board exam. It is quite definite question for your upcoming board exam. Okay, good. Now here we have discussed one new important word. What is that new important word we have discussed right now? That is nothing but resistivity. Defined as resistance of a conductor. It is defined as the resistance of a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. So what is resistivity is defined as? Resistivity is defined as, please make a note, resistance of a conductor, resistance of a conductor of unit length, resistance of a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. And unit area of cross section. Unit area of cross section. Is this clear? Children, this because of this resistivity only, what happens? The material opposes the flow of current. I mean how strongly the given material opposes the electric current. We can just check through this electrical resistivity only. This electrical resistivity, I mean to say that this resistivity will helps the conductor, okay, how strongly it opposes the electric current. That is called as electrical resistivity. Understood? So here resistivity is given by the formula rho is equals to R A by L. So this is very important formula of resistivity. Is this clear? Did you understood? Here, if the resistivity is low, means what, children? It that indicates a material that readily allows the movement of electric charge. If resistivity is low, it indicates that the material is allowing the movement of electric charge. It is allowing the current to flow. How much resistivity will be less, that much electric current flow will be more. Did you understood? So that is called as resistivity. Got it? Now here I like to tell one more important information. As we can see here, this is the conductor. Usually we connect the conductor to a battery source, right? Okay, some switch will be there. If we pass the electric current, what happens? The current will start flowing through this conductor, right? Now, what is resistance? Resistance is nothing but if you pass the current, here certain force will generate that will oppose the current to flow through this. Here what happens? It will stop the current. It will stop the current. That is called as resistance. Now this is our resistance. So this resistance will oppose the current to flow in this direction. So once if it stops the current to flow through this, the complete current will convert into heat. This complete current will convert into heat energy. That is called as resistance. Did you understood? So resistance means what? It is nothing but resistance is opposing the current. It stops the current. It doesn't make the current to flow through the other direction. So what happens to that current? That current will convert into heat energy. That is called as resistance. Understood? So resistivity is nothing but it depends upon the nature of the material. Resistivity depends upon the nature of the material. Any doubts? Did you understood the concept, children? Yes. So resistivity, SI unit is the SI unit of resistivity. The SI unit of resistivity is rho meter. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Should not forget this. This is very important for examination point of view. Did you understood the concept? Is this clear? Good. So I hope you have understood what is resistance and what is resistivity. Got it? Good, children. Now, children, I like to tell one important thing now. Now let me discuss equivalent resistance. Equivalent resistance. So now what do you mean by equivalent resistance? Equivalent resistance. See, children, equivalent resistance is nothing but if a single resistance can replace the combination of resistances in such a manner that the current in the circuit remains unchanged, then the single resistance is called as equivalent resistance. Example, you take different number of resistances. Let you may be connecting in series or let you connect in parallel in any direction. Okay, here we can see one or more resistance are connected. One or more resistance are connected in different pattern. Later I'll tell you what is series and parallel. Just I'm giving you a small hint. Okay, आप कैसे भी जोड़ लीजिए, चाहे आप एक के नीचे एक को जोड़ लीजिए या एक के बाजू एक को जोड़ लीजिए. Okay, you connect in any of the order the resistors. Okay, so what happens here, this all the resistors, what we do, we replace them into a single resistance. This complete net resistance will become a single resistance. Again this complete resistance will become single. Again this complete will become one single resistance. That is called as equivalent resistance. आपके जितने भी रेजिस्टेंसेस है हम उन सारों को मिलाकर एक बना देंगे. We combine or we replace all the different resistances into a one resistance, but still the resistance will be unchanged. How much resistance is here, same amount of resistance will be here. How much resistance is here, same amount of resistance will be here. That is called as equivalent resistance. What it equivalent resistance means what? आप जैसे कि आपके दो तीन रेजिस्टेंस कितना काम कर रहे हैं, ನಿಮ್ದು ಎರಡು ಮೂರು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಿವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ನೋಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಿವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. If a single resistance can replace, if a single resistance, this is my single resistance, if a single resistance can replace the combination of resistances, can you see here can replace the combination of resistances in such a manner that the current in the circuit remains unchanged. The current in the circuit remains unchanged, comma, then that single resistance is called equivalent resistance. Full stop. Children, in the above case, please make a one note. In resistivity is also called as specific resistance. It is also called as specific resistance. I have forgotten that point. Please make a note of that point. Resistivity is also called as specific resistance. Sometimes they may ask you what is specific resistance. So please be careful. Specific resistance is nothing but resistivity. Is this clear? Now I hope concept is clear for you people. So till now what are the things we have discussed, children? What is Ohm's law or state Ohm's law we have discussed. then resistance we have discussed, and what are the factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends we have discussed, and resistivity we have discussed, and what do you mean by equivalent resistance also we have discussed. Am right? Good children. Children, still know what all the things we have discussed. Shall we convert them into formula in one sheet? Because these are the very important things which will be helpful. So first, what did we discuss, children? We have discussed current. What is current? Q upon T, correct? Charge upon time. SI unit of current is ampere, correct? And second thing, what we have discussed, potential difference. What is potential difference? Work done by what, children? Can you remember? Work done by charge, correct? No? So SI unit is potential difference, sorry, volt. What is the SI unit of potential difference is volt. Work done upon charge, correct? And after that, what we discussed, what is the important formula next which is required to solve the numericals? That is Ohm's law. Based on Ohm's law, that is potential difference is equals to R into I. R into I. See children, this one formula will give you one more new formula. That is, from this formula only we can make one more formula, that is R is equals to V by I. R is equals to V by I. Is this clear? Understood? Again, R is equals to V by I. Again, we have got one more new formula to find resistance. That is, resistance is equals to rho into L by A, or rho L by A. Rho L by A. Okay. From this we can derive one more formula, that is rho is equals to R into A by L. R into A by L. If you know V equals Ri, then easily you can write R equals V by A. If you know R equals rho L by A, then you can say rho is equals to RA by L. Simple. Did you understood, children? So these are the important formulas till now what we have discussed. Am right? Good children. So these are the important formulas which you need to remember to solve the numericals related to this topic. So till here we have completed a part of this syllabus. Okay. So this is nothing but 50% of your syllabus. Now we are going to complete the other 50% of this syllabus. Okay, that is nothing but resistors when they are connected in series and parallel. So now we will be discussing how we can connect the resistors in series, how can we connect them in parallel, and also about the Joule's law of heating. Understood? Joule's law of heating, electric power, electric energy. Got it? And also heating effect of electric current. That's nothing but Joule's law of heating. So that we are going to discuss in the next period. In the next class, we will be discussing about the series and parallel connection. How can you connect the resistors in series and how can you connect it in parallel, and Joule's law of heating. And also we will be discussing about applications of heating effect of electric current. In the next class, we will be completing the syllabus of this electricity chapter. And after completing this syllabus, then we will be starting solving the numericals and even the examination point of view questions, and which are the questions till now it has appeared in the board exam, and how the questions can be asked in the exam, and how in what manner you are supposed to write the answers in your exam paper to get the 100% marks. That we will be discussing. Anyhow, inshallah, by next period we are going to complete the rest of the topics. So in the next class we will be completing the entire syllabus. After that, one class we take to solve the previous year questions, your textbook question answers, NCERT, that is your textual question answers also we will complete here. I'll tell you how the question has asked and how you are supposed to answer that question. We will be discussing that area, and also we will be discussing the previous year question papers questions also in this class. So that is the next class, and ultimately the final class we will be discussing the numericals related to this chapter. So another 3 classes are left out, so that we are going to complete the entire syllabus of electricity chapter. Then definitely you will be in the state to answer any question related to the chapter electricity. And children, still if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel Shah Sir Classes, do subscribe it, and even you also can recommend to other friends to use this opportunity to learn with Shah Faisal sir. Okay, this is the very rare opportunity what you used to get. Here we are completing the entire syllabus. As well, we are completing the textbook question answers, previous year papers, and the expected and important questions for your upcoming board exam. We are covering each and everything. So you can suggest them, you can recommend them to use our channel and pay to these classes and use the opportunity to complete their revisions complete the revisions completely. I hope you have liked this class. Do not forget to click the like button. Okay, comment below how was this class and what video you want to make me next. Thank you. Keep watching. Take care.